Hey, what's happening? Welcome back to Logical Republican for another installment of fun, mirth, merriment, and bashing people. Well, not bashing people, but you know what I mean. So, again, if you like what you see, like what you hear, please hit the like button. I would appreciate it if you would also hit the subscribe button. That would be great so you get this information whenever I post it, which is usually on a daily basis. And if you have somebody you like or somebody that you're like arguing with and you would like to share this opinion with them and either make them smile or make them pissed off at you, hit the share button as well. Thank you so much. I'm going to dive right into a headline and a story I saw on CNN last night. It was actually on CNN.com. And the headline was something like, Donald Trump wants to extend green cards to all foreign national college graduates. Something along those lines. And they go on and they mention, the whole thing and where he was talking about this. And of course, they had to mention that it was at a fundraiser, a Republican fundraiser with venture capitalists like David Sachs in the room. And David Sachs, if you're not familiar, is one of the original members of the PayPal team, or the so-called PayPal mafia, along with Elon Musk and Peter Thiel and Reid Hoffman, the guy who founded LinkedIn, and a few other people, the originators of YouTube and Yelp and so on. Anyways, CNN goes on to report about the story, kind of putting in a quote, and then they mash in the part of he's, always been anti-immigrant and et cetera, right? So, of course, they have to throw their spin in there where it goes from an actual reporting article. In other words, it's a reporter writing it to where they get into the narrative and it turns into more of an editorial and an opinion. And this is where it really is bugging me, because I remember back when CNN was a bona fide news channel. You probably do too. Whenever there was a disaster, whenever there was something going on, whenever you were overseas and you wanted to find out what was going on in the States or around the world, you would tune into CNN and they would give you an unbiased opinion. They would tell you the news, right? It was the news channel. It was cable news network. That's what CNN stands for. And then somewhere along the line, and I don't know if it, and this clearly didn't coincide with Trump. Actually, it goes back to Obama in 2008, and probably even before that. But they became very, very partisan. In fact, there was even a documentary about, it was a Netflix documentary, or it was on Netflix, shadowing the 2008 and 2012 elections, where they were showing the absolute media bias, in particular CNN bias, toward Barack Obama versus the Republicans, and how he was treated more as a rock star, as a savior, as a, oh my God, it's Barack Obama, please bless me with your presence, type of thing. And it was, and the guy's name escapes me. He's is Indian American, and anyways, look it up. It's a really, really eye-opening documentary. I sent a link to my aunt, who's a bleeding heart NPR liberal. She did not believe me that the press was treating Obama differently than his opponents, and she was like blown away by the deference that they paid to him along the campaign trail, during office, after office, the whole bit. Anyways, back to this whole story about Trump. And the gist of it is this. He said if you're an international student in this country and you graduate from college, once you get your college degree, you should get a green card. Now, the reason being for this, obviously, is the brain drain, right? People are coming to this country from elsewhere. They are studying here because, let's face it, our higher educational system is the best in the world. It, despite all of its flaws, creates creativity. It creates people who think outside the box, as opposed to being very rigid in most other countries where you have to color inside the lines and you have to use one or two colors. It's either black or white. There is no gray. So anyways, back to this. It's not really far off, and this is what the surprising thing is, and of course the article didn't mention this. It's really not far off from Trump's 2016 statement when he was on the 2016 campaign trail, where he mentioned about PhD students, where it's if you get your PhD in this country, you should automatically be given a green card. Okay? The best and the brightest. We want to attract the best and the brightest. And that has always been his mantra. But of course, CNN has to spin it and lump all immigrants into one box, legal and illegal. That Donald Trump wants to have the largest deportation in history if he's elected, so therefore he is anti-immigrant. No, not anti-immigrant, anti-illegal immigrant. There is a difference, and CNN, of course, and all of the other mainstream media outlets lump immigration into one big blob. It's all the same thing to them. You do it the right way or you hop the fence, you're still an immigrant. No, if you're jumping the fence, you're an illegal immigrant, you're a trespasser, and you should be deported. But anyways, while they mention all of this and the deportation of all of the people that are here illegally if he's elected, and they label Trump anti-immigrant, railing against his so-called Muslim ban, right? Because he banned Muslims. Well, if you think about it, he didn't ban all Muslims, but of course they didn't cover that, right? They didn't ban people coming in from Indonesia or Malaysia or other friendlies. No, they banned people coming in from people from countries that actually start stuff. Right? They're the ones that are the threats. But no, it was a Muslim ban, so you get, the squad out there protesting that he's racist and he's this. And of course, all the media outlets jump on it and they call it the Muslim ban, and all of the idiots and the sheep who follow are Muslim ban. But anyways, back to CNN, right? Their ratings have cratered. MSNBC's ratings have cratered after the, I don't remember when it was. It was maybe during Trump's last year or his first year out of office. MSNBC wanted to make sure they kept Rachel Maddow from jumping because her contract was up. So they gave her this enormous amount of money, and then she whittled it down to 1 day a week because I guess she had nothing else to talk about, because all of her, literally every episode of her show for 4 years, 5 years, even predating Trump, was Russia, 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 and then it was Ukraine, 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 and then impeach, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly there's nothing left to talk about except stumbling, mumbling Joe, and there's really nothing going on there. So she's doing 1 day a week, and really nobody cares about MSNBC anymore. CNN's ratings are at a 33-year low. 33-year low. Go back 33 years. What was going on 33 years ago? Cable was not what it is today. It's funny. But, everything is so biased, right? Obama, and I'll pull this up sometime, Obama had a quote where he was being interviewed by somebody, and he said, if you're watching Fox News, you're from another planet. Well, guess what? Apparently, the majority of the cable news watchers are from another planet, because nobody is watching CNN anymore or MSNBC or a lot of the network news, because really there's nothing to watch. So if CNN and the others want ratings back, they secretly in their war rooms have to be rooting for Trump to win. They have to be. They can't say it on the air, of course. They have to bash, 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 bash. But if they want any semblance of ratings, if their anchors don't want to get laid off, if their anchors want to get a pay raise in their next contract, they sure as hell better hope Trump gets elected in November. Just my 2 cents worth. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you like what you see, like what you hear. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the share button if you want to make somebody smile or make a friend get a little bit more pissed off at you about your political views. Anyway, we slice it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to catch you again here tomorrow or the next day. And we'll see you then. See ya!